Get out!
Hello, tankers and tankettes. Time for another, well, actually not a replay. I'm going to do another of these live commentary whatchamacallits. And the reason for that is I've got an operating system upgrade coming in the very, very near future. And I wanted to get some videos done to tide you guys over in the meantime while I'm sorting all that out. And you'll probably see a few of these because these are relatively quick and easy for me to do. And I've the first one actually had quite a, there was quite a good response to that, so it seems like it's something you guys are interested in watching me play. Probably depends on what tanks I pick. So today I'm going to go for some really strong tanks to show you guys, and okay. Well, we already knew I was crazy, so let's do this. Oh, let the pain commence. Okay. Malinovka, tier 5s. What can possibly go wrong? It's not like anything can hurt me with my amazing armor. I know I've said it in the previous video, I have a soft spot for this tank. God knows why, but I do. There's just something about it. It's one of the very first tanks where I was just scrolling through the wiki one day and I just saw this and I thought, I have to have it! The French were some of my most played early tanks, and they're still, overall, I think they are second behind the Soviets in terms of number of battles I've had in per nation, which, considering how many more tanks the Soviets have on their tech tree, is probably no small achievement. But I'm sure I'm probably catching up in battles with my American tanks at this point. But I still do like to, there are some very nice French tanks. Anyway, I could call them Franks, but that would be going back a bit, historically speaking. Quite a long way. As far as I know, Charlemagne is no longer the emperor of the, of Europe, basically. So, calling the French Franks is possibly going back a tad far. So I am possibly out of force of habit heading towards the hill, not quite sure why. I think I'll go as far as the church maybe. This is shaping up to be a classic Kampinovka match. And it's a weekend, so everyone's feeling especially campy apparently. I could go and sit in the water and quack at people. I don't know if that would be of any use or not. I'll see if I can spot anything. This thing does not have a good view range. But yeah, basically I'm pretty sure we've lost this, unless the other team is basically doing exactly the same thing. This is everything that's bad about this. This is why Kampinovka gets called Kampinovka. It's these matches and these teams. There's an 82 in the middle of the field, which is either brave or foolhardy considering there's artillery. And yes, it's only a bison, but God, what if I can actually track this guy? Bounce. Oh, someone else tracked him. So I can retrack him. I'm still playing with one of the reasons I want to upgrade to Windows 7, apart from the fact that they're pulling the plug on Windows XP next year, in not that many months' time as of making this, is that it gives me more options in terms of sound recording, and I can actually use all the RAM that came with my computer, because I've got 8 GB of RAM, but of course Windows XP can only use 4 GB of that, so it would be nice to finally make use of all the stuff that I actually paid for. They are camping as hard as we are, it would seem. Also, you have to excuse me if I'm taking a drink of water at various points. Am I going to see any action at all in this film? Wow, the Bison actually just went TD mode on that Cruiser 4, which is a pity. Oh, Cruiser 4 in this. I would actually prefer to be in a Cruiser 4, but that's because the Cruiser 4 is amazing. Right. Ducks assemble. Let's just hope actually, let's get forward a bit where they can't shoot me. I can't shoot that Hetzer, unfortunately. Oh God. This is all going to go horribly wrong. Look at the team. This is a Kampinovka classic. This team is why people hate this map. I think it's actually not a bad map, but it brings out the worst in people. Which is weird. Mostly the really campy maps are the ones with the limited choke points. So Erlenberg can be really campy. Serene Coast could be incredibly campy. That's actually coming back pretty soon. But then there's some openish ones that are quite campy as well, like Redshire, where everyone just sits at the two hills and pummels away at each other. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was a Churchill 1 kill that guy. There's a Churchill 1 down there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Duck and cover? Ah, crap. Yeah, there he is. See what I did there? Right. This is absolutely bloody hopeless. Absolutely. I don't think there's any two ways about it. Yes, hello, Hetzer. Come get me, you son of a bitch. I'm actually going to load premium for this. I think he's trying to shoot heat at me, which with the heat nerf is actually... Yeah. Yeah. See how you like my heat shells, bitch? Yeah. Shoes on the other foot now. Yeah. God, I'm enjoying this way too much. Right, with hatch. Oh, no, still bounced. Still got that troll Hetzer armor. If you just shoot HE. Right, the Churchill's going to kill me. It's not going to be the Hetzer. I'll be buggered if I let it be the Hetzer. Oh, that's T-49. Yeah, I was always screwed. And this team, the only possibility this team has of winning is the fact that they are the enemy team is camping as hard as this team. And one of their Churchills is on the hill. We might actually win this. I bet I've done better than some of the top tiers, certainly. We shall see when the score screens come up. Anyway, on to the next battle. I actually managed to kill something. That's not awful. Wow, invisible tank. Yeah, it's invisible for a reason, you fool. Right, Lee. And I think I'll put a toolbox on this. There's no point in... well, a gun leg drive you could stick on, but I really bought it back for purposes of doing a review and just to give it a go and have a general muck around in it. And also because my AMX40 was feeling lonely and not having another terrible tank to talk to. So, let's do this! I'm braced, I'm prepared! I actually had, I've got a replay waiting to be recorded, which you may see in the near future, of my M3 Lee Ace Tanker game, which was very, very recent because I never got it before, and it only took me I don't know how many games in the Lee. This is actually the third time I've had the Lee in my garage. The first time I bought it was to grind the T1 Heavy. The second time I bought it, I got the Sherman, and this time I bought it just because. So, tier 5 match, that's actually not awful. I can hang back and support. Gun on this thing is not bad, you know. It's just, yeah, it's weak. Well, weaker than some other tanks of its tier. But it was historically a stopgap. It was... God, can you imagine this thing fighting tigers and panthers? And yeah, this thing was only ever meant as a filling the gaps because we don't have anything better tank, and it does kind of show in the game with the stats it's got. Wow, I can English you guys. It's a lie. KV1, that's right. You camp so hard. That'll work out. I could sit here and camp and snipe, or I could go into town and actually try and do something. I think I'll do that. I'll support the guys in town. Because I've at least started on the nice side of the map to start on, because highway is a bit imbalanced at the moment. Starting up here on the north actually gives you something of an advantage. See if I can't hit this. Oh, there we go. Not the most accurate gun, but it's not bad. And the penetration for a tier 4 tank is actually very nice. I'm trying to think what gets a better pen on a tier 4, especially a tier 4 medium. Probably not much. The thing that springs to mind for me is like the Lux, which has I think a gun with 95 pen, but that's a very different gun. That's an aircraft cannon basically, with a clip. KV1, why are you here? You should be in town. Are they camping? I don't know. Are they? At least one of their heavies is still camping. Right. Can I get a shot on the Stug? No. Okay. Well, given my asymmetric nature, this sort of this position works out for me okay. If our if our heavies were actually in town and sort of one of them is, but the rest seem to be kind of screwing around at the back slightly. Oh, T28. Actually, maybe I should have a gun lane drive on this thing. It would help. Can I get the kill? No. Because you have to play this thing tank destroyer mode so very often. Oh, balls. You can't kill me! I'm too pretty to die! Help me! Save me, team! Save me! Right, depends what gun he's got, but he could potentially one-shot me. The Wolverine could definitely get me. Oh, come on! Oh, it's a Type T-34, in which case it's 2 shots rather than 1. No! Can't kill me! I'm a Lee! We're invincible, you know! That's right, kill him. There we go. Right, one of my gunners is down. This is actually, it's a bit like the T1, it gets 2 gunners, which is kind of useful in terms of skill training. They've got at least 1 camping heavy on their side, and they've got stuff coming over the field, so I'm actually going to go back and try and defend. The view range on this thing for such a tall tank is actually pretty crap, which is unfortunate because you're pretty much most of the time having to play the tank destroyer. So, and as you're so tall, you know, world's worst tank destroyer. It's like sit in a bush, but everything is sticking out above the bush. Anyway, mobility is bad though, and I will do. Like I said, I bought this thing really back to do a review, so I will do a review at some point. Because I think the Lee is one of these tanks that it's kind of weak, but it's possible to do okay in it with some skill and some knowledge. But to do, you know, it's when we talk about when I talk about strong tanks or weak tanks in World of Tanks, it's really oh, can I get some flank shots? It's building it away. It's really down to flexibility. What is flexible and what is inflexible? And some tanks are very flexible, perform very well in a large variety of situations, and they tend to be considered very strong tank, and that's things like the T29. And other tanks have a much more limited role, they're much harder to play, and am I detected? They tend to be regarded as weaker tanks, and I think there are very few tanks in the game that are genuinely actually weak tanks. But I think we may have lost this. I might be able to do some surprise butt sex and reset, but I will die in the process. Right. Well, they know I'm here. Oh god. Give me one. The Churhaz actually coming for me. Yeah, I got a premium shell with your name on it, bitch. Not that it's needed, but anyway. There we go. But it's yeah, I think there's only a very few tanks where they are genuinely actually quite weak and not very good. I don't think the Lee is one of them. It's not the strongest tank for its tier, that's for damn sure. It has its strengths, it has some significant weaknesses, but it's one of these ones where if you're in with a good enough team, and some tanks are like that, they feel weaker because you need the rest of the team to be good enough, and this is World of Tanks, random battles, and random sure as hell means random, so good enough is not that frequent an occurrence. I'm just letting the timer count down here now, and then I'll have the choice of whether to go with the Duck or the Lee for the last one. It's unfortunate I've not had top tier for either of these games. Both of these tanks are, if you're top tier, it's possible to do very good things, but hey, sniper medal. And I, sadly enough, actually did the 3rd best damage. Most of the team Okay, it might be a weekend, you know. And let's have a look at that AMX40 game. They actually won! Holy cow! And they got steel wall! Oh no, wait, that's... Oh, what? Okay, ignore that. Ignore that. I'm looking at the only other battle I had this morning, which was a very nice battle, as you can see. The Kampinovka match is actually still ongoing. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a Kampinovka special. Aren't you glad we didn't stick around for that? Well, let's have a look at this. Wow, English. Let's have a look at this that I played earlier, because this was a good match, and I will actually do this replay, I think, properly. But this is the dailies that you dream of. Nearly 10k XP. Look at that. And with the mission bonus stuff, 66k profit. Tier 10's not bad. Like I said, I will do that properly at some point. So yeah, when you're in a Lee and you manage the best damage output almost, and among the best scores of your team, you know your team wasn't doing very well. The AMX40 is the same. Unless you're top tier in either tank, you basically need to have a good enough team for it to yeah. Anyway, I will briefly break the recording while we're waiting for the AMX40 to come back, because oh my god, Kampinovka, and yeah, we'll decide then what to do.